You ever felt like life has nothing to offer you other than suffering, humiliation, and sadness? That feeling of it's impossible for you to have luxury. Even the thought of luxury makes you cringe. Seems impossible because you can't even see how it can happen for you. I have been there. That feeling of sadness, depression, and even suicidal. Today, I can tell you that I have been able to live the life of my dreams and I'm slowly making my way to the top. I'm just going to be sharing with you how I have been able to do that and how I have been able to change my life and transform my life for the better. I can't say I'm fully there, but girl, a significant amount of change has been done just within a year. If you have been following me for a long time, you know that I have gone through so many phases in my life and I have been very, very truthful with my journey. The point of this video is to inspire you, hopefully to get you to want to change your life and understand that it doesn't matter where you're coming from. It doesn't matter what your family think of you. It doesn't matter what your mom didn't do and your dad didn't do. You can honestly get to your full potential. So I'm going to be sharing with you my story. So buckle up, carry your popcorn, everything you have, because we are about to get on a long story. Okay, I'm going to try and make the video as short as possible. First of all, I'm going to be sharing with you a little of my story so you have an idea of where I am coming from, okay? So I grew up in Abia State. I know most of you don't know. I grew up in Abia State in a small town called Abia. So that is where I grew up. It's a small village. So yeah, I grew up in the village. Okay, so life was very tough because my mom raised us like a single mom. It was a very, very toxic relationship between my mom and my dad. My dad would always hit my mom and my mom would always go back, you know? So I felt like it was more of what her siblings thought about her. She wanted to be married so badly that it was even at my mom's burial that I was told that my mom's bride price was never paid. But that's, by the way, that's going to be another story for another day. But I grew up in a very small and a very, very traumatized home, a very dysfunctional home at that. So I remember when I was, I think, 11, 10, my mom had to send me to be with her younger sister and I lived with her for a while and I had to come back home because I was stubborn-headed according to her. I came back 2012 and that time I had already lost my mom, so this was like me against the world at this point. That is when my life fully started. That is when I started to make decisions for myself. I think I was about 13 years old. I can't really remember, but I was really young. So that was when I started to make decisions for myself. I got back to Onhafia and I got my first job. I worked for my cousin. That was when I learned how to cut hair. So I worked for my cousin and my pay was 7,000 naira. I remember very well. I worked for 3 months and I was paid for just 1 month. I can never forget. So that was the period where I was struggling to try to get my WAEC and my dad was, listen, my dad is the most irresponsible. In fact, I don't have a daddy figure, okay? I have daddy issues, okay? So I don't even think I have daddy issues because you need to know what daddy matters feels like for you to have daddy issues, okay? So when I got back to the village, it was just me fending for myself, and that time my brother wasn't back yet, so it was just me against the world. So I got a job and I was paid 7,000 naira, and of course that 7,000 naira meant a lot to me because I'm able to feed myself and feed my drunk dad. I didn't even finish secondary school, you all. I think I stopped at SS2 and my aunt sent me back to the village. So when I got back, I got the job and I worked for a while and my cousin helped me register for WAEC. So I registered for my WAEC and I passed my WAEC, and that was when I stopped working. So when I stopped working, I moved to Umahia. So Umahia is like 1,500 naira from my village, okay? So and that is where the most universities are: Abia State University, Micropan University of Agriculture, Open University. Some universities are just close by. So I moved and I remember meeting a friend right in the village. I think that was Christmas period. She told me about Micropan University of Agriculture, which is where I schooled. So she told me about it and I was so excited to be in the university. At this time, my WAEC was not even out, so there was no way I could get into the university. So what I did was to register for pre-degree. She told me about pre-degree and I came over and I registered for pre-degree and I started attending school like every other person. That was when I met CC Barra. CC Barra introduced me to Mr. Patrick. That is the only man that, oh my god, that has stood as a father. Now be patient with me, I'm headed somewhere. So I met CC Barra when I went to take a picture. At that time I was modeling, I was scripting, I was doing so much, I had so much energy, okay? So he met me, he was like, oh, this is a very vibrant person. Mr. Patrick will want to meet you. So that was when he took me to Mr. Patrick. Now, Mr. Patrick was working with the school radio station. When Mr. Patrick saw me, I was writing scripts for him as well because he shot movies and things like that. And I used to love acting. God bless that man so much. He showed me a little bit of what he felt like to have a father. So he took me in and, I was writing scripts, like I said, and I started working with the school radio station. That was when I started anchoring a show called Stories That Touch the Heart. I didn't even feel qualified to host that show because I felt like I was still going through so much and I was just trying to, Now, listen, at this point, I didn't know anything about YouTube at all. So one of my friends was like, oh, Ori, you do so well on YouTube. I was like, what's YouTube? He sent me a link and the link is to Natalia's Athlete. That's a YouTuber. She has like 6 million subscribers that time. So I checked, I saw what she was doing. I was like, I can do this now. And why I was so excited to know about YouTube was the fact that I know that I have insecurities and I came off as very confident, but it was just a false sense of confidence that I had to infuse in myself and infuse on, projection works. So if you project that you are confident, tell people how confident you are constantly, they will think you're confident. And I was never even really confident. You can control what you put out. YouTube is not a platform, it's not a live video. So I can literally just make my videos and edit the parts that I felt like was perfect to you guys to watch. So I was really, really happy. I was like, this YouTube thing, I have to do it too. So I saved up money, got my first gen, got my phone. I think that was like Infinix 13 Pro, something like that. It was a big deal then. This was 2018, mind you. So I did my first YouTube video and I posted, and someone told me, I will never forget him, Uche. He told me that, Ori, I watched your few videos. YouTube is not for you. Quit. I will never forget. So I was doing YouTube. Of course, I was back and forth because I felt like my content wasn't giving what it should be giving. It's just growth. I didn't know what I was even doing, honestly. Since I was modeling at that time, I started creating content revolving modeling, how to be this, how to be that, modeling. It didn't go, obviously. It didn't go well because I didn't keep up with the consistency. Consistency is all you need to get anything working. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. Consistency is all you need. So I did it and I stopped. So as I was still working with my school radio station, I was struggling to keep up with my academics, and that I was doing part-time. I was struggling to keep up with part-time, struggling to keep up with my work and everything to be able to fund myself. Fast forward to my life, acting like it was about to start getting better. My radio station thing was going on. I was kind of like becoming very popular in school. I started hosting red carpet shows, things like that. It was really going well for me. I was at every event. I had so much energy to give out. So this time I was not making any money. I was not making any money. I was not making one single money. So with all of this energy, the sadness was still there. I was just still pushing through life. So one day, I decided that I was going to start saving money. No, COVID happened. Yes, I remember very well. COVID happened and I didn't have a single saving. And once COVID was over, I was like, God, I will not go through this again. That was when I cultivated the habit of saving. I'm obsessed with saving. If you're around me, you know this. I started saving and I remember very well that I started saving with 40,000 naira. My plan was to save 1 million naira, to use that 1 million naira and travel around neighboring countries like Cotonou, all these places, Togo. And that was when travel content was really trending that time very well. Hi my girl, if you're watching this video, hi Noye. Me and her made the plan together to travel with Boss to Togo, Benin, all these places. We made the plan together. The plan was I will come to Lagos. Me and Noye will now do this trip to Benin and all these places. That was the plan for the 1 million naira, but I wasn't able to save 1 million naira. I was able to save 700,000 naira. So when I said 700,000 naira, I contacted Noye. I was like, oh, okay, let's do it, girl. And stupid me, I was in a relationship that time. So I used 300k, I think 400k self do birthday for the person I was dating. So with me using 400k, I be 300k to do birthday for somebody. I was left with like 300 or 400k. So I said, you know what? I can't do this Benin Republic and Togo travel because I can't even afford it. And let me just try to do interstate. That was when I went to, if you check my channel, there was when I went to Imo State, went to different states in Nigeria, basically. I'm even fast forwarding this story. You guys, I had a best friend. Her name is Susan. No shade, but her name is Susan. We were so close. Anywhere you see me, you would see Susan, right? And Susan did something that made me feel like she triggered. In fact, I think this is where it even started. She triggered my abandonment issues that I had as a child. The constant feeling of being left alone. I'm this kind of person. I don't share friends. Invest in my friendship. I'm a one friend kind of person. So I invested my time and energy into that friendship. So imagine not paying our rent and we were now stranded. I had to start. Now, I didn't even tell you guys that I started learning photography as side hustle because I was so hungry. I wanted to make money so badly. I was learning photography. So I remember, God bless you people, AJ, if you're watching this video. So AJ people took me in. I started sleeping in the studio where I was learning photography. So when my best friend did that thing, she was sleeping in the studio, I was still doing my thing. So I said, okay, this 400,000 that I have, I'm going to use and travel to the different states. If I contact a friend that is in, maybe when I went to Abuja, I contacted a friend that was in Abuja. I was like, oh, can I stay in your house for like 2 days? I just want to vlog for YouTube. The person was like, okay, I will enter bus, go to Abuja, create content, enter bus, go to Enugu, create content, I even went to Jos. Hey, God. I even went to Jos. I was that hungry. I went to Jos. So the last one that even triggered me the most was, if you know me and you're close to me, you know that if I invest 20,000 naira for YouTube, it means a lot to me. I don't play with my gears, okay? So I went to Calabar to meet a friend. Of course, I will always call up because I can't afford hotel. Only for me to come back to Abia State, that's Umahia, and I realized that a lens was missing. Now, tell me why a young girl would put together money, that has worked so hard, that is at the verge of giving up, but she doesn't want to give up because she's resilient and she wants to make it by all means because she has to now. So tell me why I will invest money in a gear and it misses, and everybody, few the photographers, nobody knew where it was. It made me feel unsafe because I don't understand why I would keep something where they're adults that knows the value of that thing. Come on, you guys are photographers, you know the value of that lens. It was missing. Oh my God, I ran mad. That was when I started crying. I said, I'm done with Abia. This relationship that I had invested my money, the relationship was already shaking. Do you understand? When that thing happened, I called this person to try to, see if the person can talk me into staying back in Abia. So I called this person. The person was not available. With the feeling of unsafe and abandonment again, it made me want to run away. In fact, that was just what it was basically. That was when I now decided to move to Lagos State. That was when another shege started. So I moved to Lagos. I was excited. In fact, the reason why I come to Lagos was because I was so scared. Okay, so when that thing happened to me, I don't think I was more scared than I have ever been with that thing. I moved to Lagos. I remember Esther, she has even gone back to Abia State. She encouraged me to come to Lagos, and I decided to come to Lagos. So I stayed with her for like a while, got a job, started doing my thing, and I started making money. But I wasn't doing what I liked. It was like my life was getting better, but I wasn't getting I don't know how do I explain this? The success wasn't coming from where I would want the success to come from. Now I was still doing YouTube small because when you start seeing money and you're not seeing money on YouTube, you start to drift away. So I started drifting and started balling and all of that stuff, and my depression and my suicidal thoughts. That is when it started. I remember very well that I was going to visit my friend Debbie. I was just wishing that one trailer would just hit me and I would die. I will never forget. Red trailer. I was like, I wish this trailer would just hit me. Let me die. That was how bad it was. I was that sad. With all of the money I was making, I was still very sad. So I was not, made me start thinking that, I thought this money was going to give me some kind of fulfillment. Okay, I said, you know what? I'm going to get my body done because I've always wanted to get my body done. In fact, the first time I called my doctor, the same doctor that I use, and Dr. David, the first time I called Dr. David was 2017. I will never forget. Even when I got his number, I realized that I had his number saved already as BBL. Bum lifts. So I said, okay, now that I have the money to do my body, let me go and do my body. My dear, that was how I gathered my money. I went to go and do BBL. I was happy. I trained for a while and the sadness got worse. One day I sat down and said, how can I truly change my life? What can I do? Why is it that every single time that I achieve something, I'm happy, the next minute I'm back to being where I used to be? Why? I decided to look into it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take my healing journey very seriously. I started to look into my childhood trauma, and hey God, let me tell you something that they don't tell you for free. When you start to think about your healing journey and wanting to change your life, just know that it's going to be tears every single day, because you might not be sitting down one day and you think about how your dad did not open door for you 20 years ago and you start crying like a child. When you recognize that moment, when you get to that point, just know that your healing journey, you are getting there, because those were the emotions you had abandoned way back. You were feeling Obia, all those emotions you bottled up. When you want to heal, they will bounce back at you. And now I don't want you to look at it like a bad thing. You will have to embrace those emotions. This is what I did, try to look into accepting myself. In fact, everybody that have called themselves my friend to this point don't know my story. They don't know where I'm coming from. They don't know my dad was an alcoholic. They don't know that my dad would be my mom. They don't know so many things, because I don't know if it's a Scorpio thing, but I hate sympathy. I hate when I walk into a room, I'm the person you're pitying. No, I will be the strongest person in the room when I walk in. I want you to sense confidence. I want you to sense that this girl is untouchable. Normally, I have a very good aura, but I'm no longer forcing to want to show myself anymore. And let me tell you something, I know how long I have prayed for this kind of mental clarity. I know how long I have prayed for this kind of healing, that to be at this point where I am, it will take you deciding that you are tired of taking crap. In fact, it will take you convincing yourself first that you are the Jew. Talking yourself into understanding. It's one thing for you to say, oh, I know I'm the Jew. And it's another thing. I get a lot of TikTok trends, Instagram trends, and everybody, oh, I'm that girl, I'm that girl. It will actually take you to believing it, genuinely believing it, for you to actually change your life. And it's like a spirit. When it's time, when it's time for you to want to change your life. In fact, if I'm watching this video right now, it's a sign. When it's time, gradually, you're going to see yourself drowning, and if you don't change, you might it's to feel like you want to take your own life. It's a very heavy feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but when you feel it, you are going to feel it, and you're going to come back to this video and tell me, oh Ray, you were right. You're going to start feeling that now wow, it's not easy, but it's worth it. So the next thing is going to be the active plan. So after I started to heal and wanted to love myself, I had to write out a plan, visualize a plan, change my mindset. Okay, my mindset is something that I have constantly worked on for a long time. You cannot say you are that girl and not even believe it yourself, and want other people to believe that you're that girl. You have to treat yourself with respect. Treat yourself with love. The love you give to other people for free, you have to learn to give it to yourself. I know it sounds easier said than done, but if you make conscious effort to want to get yourself to that place, you will get yourself to that place. The one that almost killed me is waking up by 1 p.m. That one almost killed me. But did I make conscious effort to want to get myself out of that hole? Absolutely. Have I, or am I still consciously dedicating my time to looking good, feeling good, and adoring myself? Yes, I have. At this point where I am in my life, anything I say I am going to do for myself, I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm not going to say, oh, do I deserve it? Do I have to do it? I am going to go ahead to do it. As long as it makes me feel good and makes my body feel good, I am going to go ahead and do it. Okay? So an active plan is going to help you change your life. If you don't have an active plan, you're going to start letting everybody back into your life. The people that had, that don't deserve to be on this level with you, you're going to let them back into your life. Right now, I can't be friends with you if you are not on the same mental level. If I can't say outside that this person is my friend, I don't see why I should be talking to you. But of course, I still have friends from the past. What I do is I avoid having conversation with them by all means. There are people that I will not just, take them off because they will always want to be in my life. They chose me, I didn't choose them, but I'm not going to actively have a conversation with you. Do you know the tricky thing? If you try to change those people to be on that level, if you force them to want to evolve, it's not fair on them. You need to give them the grace to realize it themselves. So in order for you to just be stuck with them, you have to pull yourself out. Do you understand? Pull yourself out so that you can meet people that are on your level. When they wake up spiritually and decide to heal, they can now relate to you. They will now understand why they don't need to be on this level with you. They will understand it. But right now, you need to pull yourself out. If not, they will keep taking you back to that place. Even if you come, smoking is prohibited in my house. In fact, drinking, I can't even remember the last time I drank. But of course, I would go out once in a while because, listen, I am busy. I'm too busy. You will hardly see me outside partying. But for the most part, when I go out, I try to stick with champagne, drinks that don't have a lot of dramatic things that will make me start to go back into, feeling a certain way, So yeah, an active plan is going to help you change your life. Because Lagos is very distracting. Life in general, Instagram is very distracting. If you don't know what you want for yourself, you will see yourself drifting. You see those posts that you keep saving on Instagram that you want to recreate? I want you to start from there. Go and remove those posts. Remove them, because those contents, you will never get to create them. You will never get to create them. And it's so crazy because I have been there so many times. I know how many posts I had to create. I had to delete every single thing. If you want to be authentic, if you want to really, really show up as your authentic self, it's important that you erase what you think you want yourself to be like, and actually get into action and see what happens for you, okay? Being spontaneous is also very nice. So an active plan is going to be a very big game changer for you. It's going to transform the way you view things. It's going to transform the way you reason. It's going to transform the way you talk to yourself. It's going to transform everything for you. It's the end of this video, and if you don't pick anything from my story, I want you to pick just one thing, to let go of that one thing that you're holding on. Because I know how long I stayed in Abia. I felt like I had built the right connection, I had built the right community. If I leave, what will become of me, right? But I took the courage. It was a what do I have to lose situation? Nothing. Those things you're holding on to that you feel like you've built, when you look back, you realize how much you didn't even do nothing. So you have to let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to dearly that is making you feel like you've used so much. How do I? No. If you know that your spirit keeps telling you that it is time to move to the next level, I beg you, take a chance on yourself. Take a chance, because you have nothing to lose from taking a chance on yourself, but you have everything to lose from not taking a chance on yourself. This is not one of those motivational speaking moments. I am being very serious. You have nothing to lose. Nothing. For example, now I have decided that I'm going to post on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram every single day. I have nothing to lose from doing that. But I have everything to lose from not doing it. YouTube is going to buy my dream car. YouTube is going to buy my dream house. And when I speak things into existence, it will happen. But I have to put in the conscious effort to want to make it happen. By doing what I love doing. By doing what God has called me to do. Let go. I know it's very scary. I have been there. Trust me. Take it from me. Someone that is coming from a place where it seems impossible. Take it from me as an elder sister. I'm telling you this for free. Take a chance on yourself. You will never regret it, okay? Love you so much. I'm going to see you in my next video. Please, if you did try to change your life, or this video inspired you in any way, I need you to leave me a blue or purple emoji, so I know that this video has in a way enlightened you or encouraged you to want to take a step and move for yourself. I love you so much, and also understand that little progress is progress, okay? I need you to understand this at every given time. Little progress is progress. Yesterday I got myself a slippers, and the slippers cost 55,000 naira. I started crying. Do you know why? Because it made me remember how I would buy slippers of 3,000 naira, and it will mean the whole world to me. I will hold it like, you know. And for other people now, there are people that are buying slippers of 3 million, 5 million naira. Of course, I'm happy at where I am right now. Am I going to go further? Yes. But you need to define what luxury means for you. Don't let Instagram standard define it for you, because you will go into depression. Those things are not real. You need to even be able to differentiate somebody that they're living that life for the content. This is their life. Their life is like this because it is the content they make. They want brands to reach out to them. If it is what you are going for, good. But you have to start small. You want all those brands to reach out to you. This is Nigeria. There are ways you can package yourself that those brands will reach out to you. You don't have to break a bank. You don't rob a bank. How do they say it? Take this from your big sister. Yes. You don't have to rob a bank. Do you know that there are ways you can merge yourself and put yourself together that you will look better than them? Do you understand me? There are ways you can put yourself together and you will look better than them. In fact, if you want me to make a video on how you can look bougie on a budget, please let me know in the comment section, because sister, hey God, I love you so much. I love you so much. Even if it's just one person that this video has been able to help, I am happy. I feel fulfilled. I will keep telling you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, okay? I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.